Good morning. I just finished, not I just finished doing a little YouTube video workout, and I'm very hot. I am standing in front of the fan. um, so I'm gonna just maybe hang out a little bit, and this video, I'm just trying something new, so we'll see what we get up to, and how this video progresses. I'm excited to see how it comes together. See you in a bit. Well, Mr. Kitty, where is he at? There he is. Mr. Kitty and I were just out for a little walk, a little sunshine, because although I've been busy inside the house, I have been inside the house. And when I say house, I mean the trailer, of course. But we decided to come out because the sun is out, and it's finally, for the first time in days, not really smoky. So my allergies get a little break, and also I'm just like really happy to get some sunshine, because it was really rainy and then kind of gloomy, and there was thunder and lightning yesterday. So yeah, I thought we'd come out and have a little walk. And at first he was really excited, and now he's just sitting, despite the fact that 3 sites over he could be just sitting at ours, but he's happy to just be sitting here at nobody's site. So, well, let's go continue the walk. While I'm at it, I figured I would take some inspiration. I've been watching a lot of YouTube, which is not unusual, but I've also been watching a lot of YouTube on like getting better, getting over, fear of filming, or like removing obstacles, even if they're just like mental obstacles, which they mostly are. But one of the things was, and it's probably pretty controversial because I feel like the equipment that people use for YouTube, there's like a lot of options, and I guess the good thing about that is there's an array of options. So that startup can be nothing to very expensive, depending on what your budget or what your plan is as a creator. I'm also trying to get a little bit more like comfortable with the term creator, because I mean, what I'm doing and what I'm releasing is created, and I am creating it, which would make me the creator. But yeah, so I was watching a video today that talked about it was funny because it was like the hook was like, your easiest or your greatest or the best, I can't remember what it was, maybe it was like the best camera for filming YouTube videos. I'm sorry if you can hear the wind. It just picked up out of nowhere. Welcome to Penhold. But she literally was like, your cell phone, because you already own it. It's mostly charged all the time, and you can literally take it with you everywhere. Oh, bless you, kitty. We're just still outside. Oh, where's he at? There's he is. He was just laying in the dirt. It's one of his favorite pastimes. And now he's eating the grass because, you know, why not? But also in our house, we say he's eating the salad. You know, so he's having some salad. And he's not generally, you know, a cat that throws up when he eats the grass. So he doesn't eat a lot of it. Don't worry, he's all good. But yeah, so her thing was like, you always have your phone. So, and it's charged and you don't have to haul anything sort of extra or anything like that. So to make filming more accessible, especially if you're in public, like I am right now, it makes it so that like it's so much easier. There's a little bug on me. To just do it, to just actually film it. And I remember, like, obviously I've not released a lot of videos, but my first video was like really hard for me to sit down and do it because it felt like this monumental task. And I mean, to be honest, every video since has also felt like a monumental task in the sense of sitting down to actually do it, because I felt like it had to be so like proper, or yeah, I guess I wanted everything to be perfect. And maybe like the thing that I took away today was that like maybe it doesn't need to be perfect, and maybe showing the world who I am by YouTube with my poor filming skills right now, I apologize, I keep cutting off my head, is that like just doing it is gonna actually just show who I am, and being messy. I'm not a messy human, but I'm also new to filming and everything, so that's maybe not the most crisp feeling, but I think maybe just like embracing that and going forward is kind of important. So here we are, just taking initiative and being proactive while I'm out walking the cat, because he loves to be outside, but he'll get lost if we don't take him. So yeah, I don't know what this is going to turn into, but I hope it fits somewhere, and yeah, we'll see what happens next. All right, finished up a little walk with Kitty, because I think sometimes he goes stir crazy. You know, it's 226 square feet, which might feel bigger to him because he's just a little guy, but you know, I understand why he wants to go outside. The sun's really nice. It's actually still shining. I remembered my sunglasses this time, but I'm in the car. I'm gonna rip out to a town that's really close. It's literally like 10 minutes down the road, but they have a no frills, and the produce is pretty good at no frills. So I'm going to no frills, and it's actually joined to a Dollarama now, and it wasn't last season, so I'm pretty stoked. So I'm just gonna go take a little wander around Dollarama and the grocery store, and let's see how brave I feel about filming in stores, which I've never done before. We'll see. You might get one of those sweet angles where like my phone's in the cart. I don't know. This is all trying. I've watched a lot of videos lately about I mean, because like you hear about everything, like you need a niche, and as much as I think a niche is cool if you have one, or if you're like so deeply passionate about something that for a period of your life it can be like it can be positive to have a niche, I view this start on YouTube as like a big open opportunity to learn, to get out of my comfort zone, to try new things, to try to replicate things that I see in like my favorite YouTube videos from my favorite YouTube creators. The same lady that I talked about in the portion before, she said that if you want to be on a platform, so in this case YouTube, it's important to consume that platform. So YouTube is primarily if I'm watching TV or if I want to listen to a podcast or watch a podcast. YouTube is primarily like what I'm consuming. So I have a good idea of things I like about YouTube and things I don't like about YouTube. And if there's something that I see in a YouTube video and I'm like, man, I wonder if that would fit in my videos, or I wonder like how cool that would be to try to recreate. Like, it's giving me, oh, there's stuff all over my screen, sorry. It's giving me an opportunity to like try things that I never would have thought about. And I feel absolutely goofy. I feel totally silly. But that same person today, she said that even like, because the video was about like not, like maybe my life is too boring to film. But she was like, every life is important, and someone might see something in your life that's normal and very consistent in your life that makes it feel normal in their life. Or, pardon me, they might see something in your video. So basically, like, they might see something that's incredibly relatable, which creates connection. Or they might see something that they're like, man, I want to be able to do that too. Or they might see something that like they never thought of, or like actually solves a problem in their own life. And that's just from me sharing like literally my life day to day. So I think like maybe my videos are, oh gosh, I hope you can hear over the AC. I didn't even think about it. I want my videos, I think, or my videos in the past, which is not very many, has been an introduction, because that's important. How are you to be friends if you don't have an introduction? And then they've been more about like the brain. And I think I've touched on some brain things in this, but I feel like it's maybe more of like a vlog style, which is typically more of what I consume actually on YouTube. So I don't know. I'm just trying it. Maybe I'll get into vlogging. Maybe it'll be vlogs and what I've heard of them as talking head videos, which is I guess kind of what I've done before, and I mean kind of what I'm doing now. But anywho, this is going on for a long time. Let's hit the road for like 10 minutes. Go to the grocery store. Go to the Dollarama, because she's always a good time. And when you live in such a small space, you just never know what kind of organizational thing you might find at the dollar store that you're like, oh my gosh, it's exactly what I'm looking for. And then it's cheap, but durable enough. I have to say, I have to give Dollarama credit, because we purchase quite a bit from Dollarama, and especially on the organizational front, and it's all been really helpful. And like, it doesn't break, but we're also pretty gentle on our stuff, or as gentle as you can be. So I don't know, you just never know what you'll find. Let's go see. Okay, we're back. I found some good stuff. Some stuff we needed for some meals and stuff at the grocery store, but found a couple things to solve a couple problems in the trailer. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find. Also found a snack. I haven't had Pringles in years, but it seemed like a good idea. So, Pringle snack. But on my way, which I'm kind of glad I wasn't able to film for, but on my way, it looked like a check stop, like for, like alcohol testing, for driving drunk and stuff, but it ended up being a charity check stop, which I've never seen before. And as I pull up, the guy was actually really funny. He was good. He was rambling off all their information really fast, so that was sweet, because I think probably most people don't expect to be stopped, but there were police vehicles and stuff, so like they're involved, so it's serious. But it was they were doing this charity thing. They were trying to raise money for a dog park in Penhold, because I guess they don't have one, so that's really cool. So I was happy to contribute a little bit to that. I don't have a lot of cash or a lot of change on me like most people, but I had a little bit of Timmy's money, so I gave them a couple bucks, which, I mean, something is something. But I thought that was so cool. I was like, what a fun way to try to raise some money for the doggos. So anywho, thought I'd tell ya. All right, we're back inside. I was literally just sat here doing stuff on my laptop. It's sunny, it's beautiful, and then out of nowhere it poured. Like, I couldn't see the field. It was so rainy. And now it's done raining. Alberta in the summer is a wild place. I mean, actually, I shouldn't even just say the summer. Alberta is a wild place, especially when it comes to weather. I feel like that's what Alberta's known for: beef and crazy weather. Yeah, no, so okay. So I was just going through a little bit of the stuff that I filmed today for the video that this will go into. It's kind of weird to think like that. But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't want to keep it too long, because I think the vloggers that I do watch, they've spent a lot of time building their channels. Like, they've got millions of followers, right? So this is the beginning. So I don't think that people... Are you coming through, Mr. Kitty? Or are you staying there? I don't think people at this point necessarily want to sit down and, spend the time watching like a brand new YouTuber's video if it's going to be like an hour long or 30 minutes. Who knows? I guess I never really know the final time until I like actually get to it. But, oh, pardon me. So I'll probably keep it short. I definitely think that I'd like to do this again. And I mean, I guess the reason I wouldn't show any more today is like, I'm gonna eat dinner. Very important. I was actually thinking about doing something, like going out to grab something, which we don't do that often, but and then it started pouring. So oops. But anyway, so I'm gonna eat some dinner, and honestly, like, my spouse is spending time with his dad for Father's Day right now. They went axe throwing, which I've never done, but it seems kind of cool. So he's out there. He's actually like an hour or so away in Airdrie. And so honestly, I'm probably just gonna eat dinner. And I started watching a documentary on the Zodiac killer. A fun fact about me is I love, oh, I shouldn't say love, that sounds so bad. I watch a lot of true crime. I feel like no positive energy word should be associated with talking about people killing people, but yeah, so I watch a lot of true crime stuff, I also watch a lot of history stuff because I find that super entertaining as well. But so I started watching a documentary on Zodiac. Zodiac is one of the serial killers that to this day I will like lose sleep over. It's also to this day unsolved, and when a serial killer doesn't have an MO, that's terrifying. Now, mind you, this was many, many moons ago. I wasn't even a thought, but it still scares the bananas right out of me. So, anywho, I'm watching the documentary. It's quite biased thus far as to who they think it was, who was Zodiac, but it's entertaining. And my spouse doesn't love the true crime stuff. He'll occasionally watch with me, but not a ton. So I tend to watch something like that, when he's out and about or golfing or something. So I'll probably put that on and get a shower, which I'm definitely not taking YouTube along for. We're not that kind of channel. And then, yeah, I'm just going to hang out. So there's not a whole lot of entertainment to come from me this evening. I'm hoping it stops raining and maybe we get a little bit more sunshine, because then I could take the cat outside again. Pardon me. He is happiest when he gets the chance to go outside and eat some grass and roll around in the dirt. We literally call him the little dog because he honestly is like a small dog more times than he acts like a cat. So he and he's rescued, so who knows, we got him when he was like 1 or 2, so he could have been raised with dogs. Sorry, we don't really know, so who knows. But yeah, so hopefully we can get him outside again. As silly as it sounds, he sleeps better overnight, which means he's not bugging me overnight, which means I sleep better. So it's a win-win for everybody. And also, it's honestly, it's been so smoky. If you're not from Alberta, every summer there is a ton of wildfires across the province. And most of it is, like what they consider natural causes, like lightning, which we can't control, but it doesn't make less unfortunate because people do have to leave their homes and things like that. But that sort of is a fact of life here, I guess, in Alberta. And in the towns and cities that we live in, we don't actually, it sounds really bad, but we don't typically run into like the potential for evacuation, just because the further south you go, kind of, it's almost like there's less forest and things, so there's less to cause wildfire. That's just like a general assumption. I haven't done my research. Don't quote me on that. But, oh, it's raining again. But anyways, so it's kind of a fact of life, and fortunately, like I said, we don't live someplace where we have to think about evacuation. We have, and we had a go bag and everything, and it was actually quite nerve-wracking, so I don't really want to do that again. Yeah, so, but anyway, so most of the time we live in places where, like, the largest factor that we encounter with wildfires is actually the smoke. I'm an allergy galley when it comes to everything outdoors. Yay me. I don't let it dictate how I live, though, that's for sure, because I love the outdoors way too much to hole up inside. Doesn't matter the season. I'll just deal with the allergy consequences. The unfortunate part with wildfire smoke is that it's filled with toxins, and if I sound actually like a little more rough than usual, is the wildfire smoke. I still try to limit my time outside with wildfire smoke, but it gets pretty boring to be indoors all the time. So I have spent a little bit of time outside. I went and walked the golf course the one day with my spouse because the club that he's a member of actually allows me to do that like free of charge. I can just tag along with him and have a 8 to 10 kilometer walk depending on the mixture of holes that they're playing that day. So that's pretty cool. But I did go out the one day recently and it was, pardon me, apparently I need a nap. It was quite smoky, but yesterday or today the smoke actually started to lift, and I couldn't be happier, because if it's hot at night, we're still at the stage in Alberta where it's cool enough at night where you can just open your windows, but the smoke doesn't go away at night. So we haven't been sleeping with the window open, so it's been hot, or it's been really, like, we keep the fan on, or if we have to turn the air conditioning on, like God forbid we have to turn the air conditioning on, it's very loud. So not the best sleeping situation. It's funny how things like trickle down like that. But anywho, I said I was going to keep this short, and here I am. Very, very not short. Okay, well, if you made it this far, I want to say that I appreciate you taking time to watch it, to watch me experiment with life and YouTube, and hopefully you see something that makes you feel like a normal human being in this video, because we are normal. I know that sounds so like so cheesy, I guess, but honestly, like, I just am so happy that I have the chance to like build something like this. I know that YouTube is never really a quick thing unless you want to play on, you know, the psychology of like fast social media type stuff, but while I am on, you know, Instagram and things like that, a majority of what I do has always been kind of long form, and I am really like a long story kind of person and a deep conversation kind of person. I can absolutely have, you know, a brief and surface level conversation, but it definitely fills my soul to be able to dig deeper with people, and I appreciate that YouTube allows me to do that, and with very like minimal financial investment. As I said earlier, I use my phone, so I already had my phone, and my sister and her family graciously gifted me a tripod that I had researched for my phone. For my birthday, I don't know if I said that, I said gifted, but for my birthday, they gifted me this tripod that I'm using as we speak. And other than that, I had a laptop. I literally am using, like, we have old school flash drives so that my computer doesn't fill up. And like, we've had those for years. Back in the day when you used to put your music on a USB and then plug the USB into your car, and still had a CD player. But yeah, so like it hasn't taken any other investment because I had everything minus the tripod, which luckily I said my sister gifted to me. But even still, it was on sale for I think like $36 and very good reviews. You really gotta love Amazon. But anywho, so I appreciate that it hasn't cost me a lot to begin. It's probably been more of a mental stretch for me to sit down and talk to the camera and see myself on camera and listen back to myself. That's actually probably the weirdest part of this whole thing, is listening back to yourself. So if you were ever thinking about doing YouTube, just go. Just do it. it's not as awkward, it's not as weird, it's not like, it definitely feels silly. Don't get me wrong, I feel absolutely silly. but but it's been so fun. I'm having so much fun. And I think maybe like coming into it, that was like, I wanted that, and it wasn't, and still isn't like something that I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make so much money. If one day I'm monetized, that's brilliant. But I'm here to have fun. So let's have fun. Continue. If you made it this far, seriously, thank you. I posted, but we now have 11 subscribers. I know that sounds kind of silly because it's like, oh, 11. But if I put 11 people in this trailer with me right now, we'd have a house party going. So thank you to the 11 people who are here with me right now and decided that they want to continue to follow. And I'm going to continue to like celebrate milestones, if you will, as they go forward. And we'll see you on the next one.